Coach Beeman, your team was selected first in the Big West preseason poll, and you have the chance to make it a three-peat this year. Do you feel that your team has a target on their back, and how do you feel about this upcoming season?
Yeah, I think University of Hawaii always has a target on our back. I think that, we have proven that every year we're going to compete. We play really well during the tournament. And so I don't think having a target on our back is something that the kids are concerned about. As a coaching staff, we're not concerned about that. I don't say that arrogantly. I just say that with, a lot of humility, obviously. But our record has kind of shown that come end of year, we're going to be in the mix. So very honored to be picked number one. We're now gonna have to play and figure some things out as we move forward regarding that number one. But I think the team is ready for it.
You guys have scheduled a tough opponents for your non-conference slate at UCLA, at Stanford, hosting Washington. How does that prepare you for the Big West play?
I think anytime you can play great competition, it's going to help you. It's not just for Big West, play. It's for what you're going to do in the preseason. You want to get that good power rating. You want to put yourself in a situation that, if you're so fortunate to win the tournament, that you understand what great competition looks like, so that when you get to that first round of the NC2A, you're ready to go. So every year we're going to have a competitive schedule. We're going to have teams that we shouldn't beat. We're going to have teams that we should beat. We're going to have teams that we're going to have to compete against. And I think that's the way we've done it ever since I've been here. That's not going to change. So, we're excited to play those three opponents. But we're as equally excited to play the opponents that are the mid-majors, that have really strong schedules, that have had really great records. We're not overlooking anybody this year by any means.
Some key players that will definitely bring that drive in competition are the sisters, of course, Lily and Jovi. Can you talk about their relationship and what it's like having both of them on the team?
Those two are interesting in a great way. They love each other and they support each other. They're almost like twins if you really want to be honest. The way they kind of play off of one another and react to each other's challenges and victories and all of those things. It's been really fun to coach the two of them and watch their growth independently, watch their growth together, see the impact they have on the team, both on the court and in the locker room. Obviously, they're huge staples in our community. They can't go any place where people don't know who they are. And so I think their excitement of playing back in home for their home state, for their community, I think that's huge for those two. And so it's been really fun to have them a part of this program in so many different ways.
It's going to be exciting to see that duo on the court again. And you also returned Deja Phillips, who was last year's tournament MVP and named preseason all conference. What does she bring to the table?
Deja's a winner. She said that after that championship game, I'm a winner and I find a way. And Deja has. And from her high school days until now at UH, she has found a way to put together winning seasons and make her teammates better. Deja's energy, her competitive spirit is contagious. She is a wonderful, wonderful young lady. And a lot of people don't see that because of that competitive nature, her intensity on the floor. But the growth Deja's had since day one is just admirable. I absolutely adore that young woman. And so to see what she's done and for her to be recognized by her peers, or by my peers, but by, her opponents, I thank them and I appreciate them for recognizing that. We've got her for 2 more years, and I'm just excited to see what that future holds for this young lady.
We've highlighted a couple players already. Are there any other players on your team in particular that you think we should look out for?
Yeah, I think Amani Perez showed during that tournament last year that she isn't just your typical freshman. She's a very diverse player. She does things very quietly, but her skill level and her ability to make those around her really, was impactful last year during the tournament. She has kind of come in this year excited about her role, has fallen back in love with basketball. Definitely think that people need to watch out for her, and just where we're trying to move her on the floor. She's not just going to be a back to the basket type post player, but to get her on the perimeter a little bit. Her presence on defense, I think, is also going to be something that will be felt this year. And then Brooklyn Brewers, coming in, it's a familiar name as we coached her sister back in the day. Brooklyn is coming in with an opportunity to get on the court and play, and she's embracing that and has come ready both mentally and physically. She embodies what our program is about. A great teammate in the locker room, another defensive presence, but her offensive skill set is also something that people are going to take notice of. So I could go down my entire roster, quite honestly. I love this team. I love these girls. I feel really fortunate to coach the group I have. What they do in the locker room and for the community is super special. So I hate highlighting just a couple because I could go down the list. But we're excited about this year. We're excited about representing our state and our university, and we're going to do it in the fashion that we've done for the last 12 years.
Yes, so you've got a stacked roster, no doubt. And along with key players returning, you also brought back Kalia Mitchell to your staff after 1 year away. What kind of asset is she to the team and developing these girls' skill sets?
To have her come back was probably one of the biggest thrills for me in the off season because of what she does on the court and off the court with these young ladies. Her ability to connect with kids is like none other I've seen. Her knowledge as a basketball coach is one of the best. I've coached with some pretty phenomenal coaches in my career, and I put her up with those coaches and just how she can get young women to be their best self, both off and on the court. And just feel truly fortunate that she came back. She adds an energy that's fun, personality that's contagious. And again, I am just thrilled that she is back, and she has made our team better already. And she'll continue to grow both post and guards with her knowledge and just her skill set.
The energy is definitely already cultivated. I know for one, you guys are 6-0 at the Dollar Loan Center. What is it about that venue or that time of the year that brings the best out of your team?
I think all year long we believe in our process, and our process isn't about winning in September and October. Our process is about putting it together during conference play. Our process is about putting it together during the tournament. That's why you play, is you want to go to the NC2A tournament. You want to be one of the last teams standing. Our kids know that. And so the commitment starts early, but there's a patient commitment, if you will. This year, we want to see what we can do in the preseason. We have to have a better preseason record than what we've done in the past. And so that's an emphasis. Bottom line, though, is we're going to continue to grow, continue to be that patient process team and try to put it together when it counts. Fortunately, we've been able to do that the last 2 years at the Dollar Loan. We like playing there. It's very similar to our arena, so we feel comfortable. Our fans are amazing. Our band is amazing. We travel well, and so it really feels like a home venue for us. And it's a goal we want to achieve every year, and these kids have committed to that goal.
All in all, the team is a strong representation of Hawaii, of course, but in August, unfortunately, Maui was ravaged by fires. Can you share with us what that was like and what your team in the athletic department did to those in need?
Unless you live in Hawaii, understanding the impact of Lahaina, I don't know if you can really feel it. There wasn't a person that wasn't touched by either knowing someone who had passed in the fires, knowing someone who had lost some type of structure in the fires. It was felt throughout our entire community. We actually had players on our team that knew people personally that either lost life or lost structure. So we just came together as a group and obviously talked about that pain, that loss. It's all you can do, and you wrap your arms around each other. Our department has been huge in their support of what we can do financially and just sending over different teams to donate time. I know in October, our men's team is actually trying to do a charity game to support Maui, and proceeds will go to Maui if they're allowed. Just texting some of the young girls that lost and just saying, hey, we're with you. We're doing everything we can. And we're all wearing the shirts Maui Strong, and that's great. But when it comes down to it, you just got to be there for people. You got to tell them you love them. You got to be there for them. I know that for our team, it has given us another sense of urgency in how we're going to represent this state and why we want to win and why we want to make people proud is to bring a little bit of joy to people who have had unbelievable loss. And if we can be a glimpse of hope and a glimpse of happiness for Lahaina, for Maui, I guarantee you we're going to do it.
We express our support for the state, and the team certainly will bring a sense of positivity once basketball season returns. And we're so excited to see them get to it. Thank you so much, Coach, for your time.
Absolutely. Appreciate being on today. Aloha.